Hello everyone, are we live? Are we actually live? Man, I'm definitely going in blind here, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, because I really wanted to use the other laptop for a different angle, but it cannot be done at this point, so it's unfortunate. Anyway, I think we are live because from where I see it on my YouTube mobile, we are indeed live. Are we? Are we actually live? Let me check it out. Are we live? Are we actually live? Okay, I think we are. Are we? What's going on? Yep, we really are. Okay. Good morning from Manila, or at least in the suburbs south of Manila. I'm Ian Reñon, an independent alternative media practitioner, among other things. And yeah, this is a very spontaneous live stream because first and foremost, I really wanted to talk about something else if I'm going to stream at all. But then again, here we are talking about SpaceX because this is what I watched first thing in the morning. It's Friday in the morning here in the Philippines. It's the Starship launch happened Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening in US Central Time. So that's that. And to be really be really um it's 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 so it's just so um out of the ordinary that we're doing this because yeah, this is one of the big stories for this week, and if I'm going to s- um, squeeze it in for last week's losers and winners next week, we might not be able to get into 1 hour, or we might exceed an hour, uh, rather. So I might as well. Um, how do I do this? We might as well do something. about this because yeah, um I don't know if we're gonna how do I do this? Again, I am so much so much of a I'm so much of a geek or um not really a geek, but so much of a noob in streaming. So do please do excuse me for all of this. Yeah. So this is what we are going to talk about. So, hmm. Uh-huh. Not really this, but this one. I don't know if you're seeing this. I'm I have to monitor this I have to monitor this on my uh screen here. I'm not sure if come on, what's going on with my stuff? It's it's hard not to cuss. Uh it's hard not to cuss, okay? It's hard not to cuss since we are already in the Lenten season. But yeah, it's just so hard, man. Okay. Okay, that's better. So what you're now seeing is a tweet from SpaceX on X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter. It reads as follows, and I quote: During Starship's ascent burn, the vehicle experienced a rapid, unscheduled disassembly, which is a euphemism uh, for a total vehicle failure and explosion, and contact was lost. Our team immediately began coordination with safety officials to implement pre planned contingency responses. We will review the data from today's flight test to better understand root cause. As always, success comes from what we learn, and today's flight will offer additional lessons to improve Starship's reliability. So, uh, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, as far as I know, the, the upper stage vehicle, which is called Starship, that's used here is the version 2 of the Starship, and this is 2 for 2 for RUDs or for explosive failures. So uh, I understand that SpaceX is implementing a fail fast, fail often mantra, and it comes and come to think of it, people have been too too skeptical or even too cynical regarding regarding failures, especially because this is an expensive failure uh for the people who are criticizing SpaceX. And I am pretty sure Thunderfoot, the that old British curmudgeon, that old British scientific curmudgeon would definitely have a bloody field day regarding this launch. It has perhaps he has been in a in a field day in flight 7, and flight 8 would be the same, and it may be worse. So we just have to uh you know not really look forward to it, but um uh basically we are all warned that something like that would would come our way. Anyway, uh the reason why I'm doing this, as I said, we're going to we're going to uh not re- we're going to do not really deep dive, but discuss on what really happened. So uh if you watched my latest YouTube short and Instagram and Facebook reel, I do upload on those three platforms. I haven't done here on Twitter for some reason. Uh I actually did the Sly Kane reference there in Tagalog where I said dalawang beses na yan or it's already the second time in English. So uh I made a meme reel for that one. But yeah, two for two. And it's just a bummer to be honest because they caught the lower stage. They caught the first stage, the super heavy booster. So it was a it's not necessarily a textbook landing. Only 12 of the 13 engines ignited on the landing burn, and then prior to that, during the boost back, only a few. There were a few that didn't light up. So yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know if it's unfortunate. It's very much uh typical now that sometimes those Raptor engines would light, sometimes it wouldn't. So that really is a thing. Now, pardon me as well, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, if you see some twitches in my laptop here. I don't know why this is happening on the laptop that I'm using for streaming this. Uh, Probably it's because of a faulty or janky key here on the laptop keyboard for some reason. I don't know what the hell is going on, but yeah. Uh, so that's that. Anyway, because of this, uh a lot of videos, specifically on X or Twitter, have have shown up here. Pardon me if it's if it isn't being ready yet, but one of them was this from I think this was during the afternoon. It says here Starship Test Flight 8 appeared to have suffered an anomaly. Video taken from a cruise ship in the Florida Straits. This is FLS Florida in the two-letter abbreviation of the US states. So yeah, if you can see it it's a bit faint, but yeah, you can see those burning parts of Starship as it slowly fades on into the horizon. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And yeah, it's the second time it happened on the Gulf. I'm not gonna I'm not going to mention what Gulf it is. It basically is the Gulf that is encompassing the United States and Mexico. So I'm I'm not here for that. It's either the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of America for depending on who you ask. But yeah, uh, basically all of the burned parts fell off there in that oceanic part of the world. There's this other video here. I'm not sure if this person who posted this one, but I do have seen some of the other stuff here. Pardon the lag. So yeah, there's this cloud, and then yeah, there's this cloud of I think it's the starship tumbling. Yeah, it's the starship tumbling. I don't know if it's exploded or it somehow made a rud. I think this is the part. I think that's the part. I'm not sure, but I'm seeing some sparks here and there. Probably those are airplanes, but I think those are the burning parts. Oh boy. I mean, that happened at dusk in the US East Coast, and yeah, it's a bit crazy. Really is a bit crazy. Okay, I think the video ends there. And then there's also this video that I saw here. Just saw Starship 8 blow up from our flight. This guy is flying aboard a passenger plane, and the person saw this. I mean, the pilot had to the pilot had to make evasive maneuvers because if one of those burning pieces of metal hit the plane, it's game over. So good call on the pilot to basically, you know, veer away from the veer away from the burning wreckage. But it is scary. Even if I was in this passenger plane, I would crap my pants because yeah, if one of those burning pieces of metal hit the plane, we're gonna be screwed. I'm gonna be screwed. All of us aboard the plane would be screwed. So, thank goodness that so far nobody is hurt because of this. There would probably be investigations, that's for sure. But in the I really think the powers that be uh allowing these things to happen thought this through and make sure that nobody's on the flight path of this flying skyscraper or what was once a flying skyscraper. So yeah, it's unfortunate that happened. One final video is this from a certain guy named Steve Moraco. I'm not sure it's pronounced that way. Okay. A friend on a sailboat in the Caribbean just texted me this. I'm not sure if this guy is a SpaceX fan, but you know, um, yeah. His comment says it all. It's a bummer because yeah. Oh boy. I mean, I think this happened in the early hours of the evening in the Caribbean, and look at those fireballs. I mean, it's partly scary, but it's also partly you know partly exciting to see space debris falling back down to Earth. At the very least, it's not staying in space, so that's the consolation prize there. But a fireball is still a fireball that needs to be investigated, and yeah, it's yeah, I mean, the last time there were American tourists in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and they basically saw the whole damn thing, and yeah, um, they were caught unaware for some reason. But this time, they already knew what kind of fireball is this, and they would say, "Oh boy, did SpaceX blew up another Starship again?" So yeah, it's a bummer. Anyway, the the video meme that I made was actually me watching the live stream from Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, wherein basically Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, the YouTuber who once presented with a with an old space suit that almost killed him. So yeah, uh, he no longer wears it for some reason, but it's still on the background of his studio in the in the US Midwest. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, uh I guess that's the only yeah, I mean half of this stream is basically me preparing for this stuff. So I um might as well present to you something else that being um being sorted out on the rounds for some reason. And let me just check it here because as I said, I'm a geopolitics enthusiast. Somehow I've been mixing pop culture and geopolitics. Some of the people who are you know are into this are basically having some fun mixing that. But when it comes to geopolitics, yeah, it, it is in, it is indeed a very um very scary time, and it's showing up. Why is my stream like this? What the hell's going on with my stream? Okay, so I see it now. I see the I see the thing now. Yeah, the European Union is back to rearming itself. So yeah, I know this is gonna be another thing that I have to talk about on last week's losers and winners next week. But I might as well do a primer on this because I need some more time to to um to make this stream not really profitable, but to make this stream cost effective after 15 minutes of me uh holding you with some elevator music for a heavy metal band's office space. But anyway, yeah. So as you see, it's a post from the European Commission. It's basically one of the uh, political, or let's just say, yeah, political or diplomatic entities of the European Union. Again, my apologies for the twitching and the you know flashing stuff. It's my laptop for some reason, but yeah, it says in the it says in the graph here, it says rearm Europe. And the caption goes like this. And the caption goes as this. And I will read it to you right now. And I quote, a pivotal moment for Europe is here. And we are ready to step up and mobilize up to 800 billion euros for European defense by one, allowing EU countries to increase defense spending within budgetary rules. Two, offering 150 billion euros in loans for defense investments. Three, using cohesion funds for defense. And four, boosting private investment. We will present these proposals to EU leaders at today's European Council meeting. Europe is ready to assume its responsibilities. And this happens after US President Donald Trump uh, and his administration announced that uh, they're trying to not really back out, but pause funding or pause its defense spending in Europe for some reason. I have no idea why. I really don't understand why, but come to think of it, for the longest time, the United States has been, you know, uh, propping up Europe and, quite frankly, the NATO alliance, in making sure that peace and stability in the region would reign supreme. And I guess it's a good way that, Europe would do something to, uh give back, or let's just say, I don't want to parrot this one. I don't want to parrot the what this statement said, but yeah, they wanted to take matters into their own hands now. And you know what I was thinking about all of this, about everything that's about the geopolitics, the geopolitical situation in Europe and the rest of the world. You know what I was thinking? Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, what I was thinking about that that situation, that situation in Europe and the rest of the world is one of those mods from Command and Conquer General's Zero Hour called Rise of the Reds. I mean, what's happening is basically Rise of the Reds. What's happening is basically Rise of the Reds. I mean, uh I really wanted to install Rise of the Reds here in the laptop because I installed General Zero Hour, and now that, you know EA Games is has released the source code or made the source code open to the public, or to modders. I could definitely sense that, you know I could definitely sense that uh General Zero Hour, whatever mods that would happen post source code publication would reflect whatever's happening in our world today. And if there would be a redo of Rise of the Reds, probably I mean, if there's something that I am predicting or projecting, that would be created by modders, uh now that the source code has been publicized or has been made public by EA Games. It could either be a redo of Rise of the Reds, or an entirely new mod that is basically like Rise of the Reds, but much better when it comes to gameplay, and hopefully lesser bugs, than the than pre source code publication, pre source code pre source code publication. So yeah, I am I'm definitely sure that Legionnaire Generals and his army of modders and coders and graphic designers and everyone else who is into gameplay, or into games development and modding. They're gonna scratch their heads, and maybe think to themselves, are we supposed to do something that would reflect our geopolitical situation? I mean, the realm of possibility is, yeah, it's very great. But anyway, I would I'll be right back. I have to sort out something. Uh I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I just had to answer some stuff because here in Intrepid HQ, uh, I'm the most active person around here. So yeah, that's um that's my responsibility at this point. So while I'm here in Intrepid HQ for the longest time, I have to sort these things out. And yeah, uh man, I am just I really just I mean, come to think of it, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, this is equally scary and equally exciting because you know, as I said earlier, it's right it's right. I mean, perhaps Rise of the Reds is happening in real life. There would be a, you know, a European uh coalition alliance or ECA. And then there's Russia, then US, and then China, and then there's also the Global Liberation Army. It's basically, I don't want to talk about the GLA. I don't want to talk about the GLA, but with this happening, or with this being proposed in the European Union, Rise of the Reds might actually happen in real life. God forbid that war would happen, but you know, dude, this is this is huge. Okay, I'm I have to make this one of the top stories for last week's losers and winners next week. Okay, I need to make this one of the top stories because damn, damn, that's big. Okay, this is big. The Starship explosion is big. Pope Francis's um hospitalization, uh continuing hospitalization is still big. And what else is big is intuitive machines landed on the moon, but perhaps it landed on the moon sideways again. So, uh, but it is charging. Its solar panels are is receiving some sunlight. So, I guess mission failed successfully. I don't know, but uh yeah, I guess that really happens. It's a bummer that it's not really optimal. It's not an optimal thing for intuitive machines to have that kind of outcome. But yeah, wow. It really is a big week, man. Because what I'm doing now is that we're um we're premiering, or let's just say teasing the things that we would talk about on last week's losers and winners, since the week is not yet done. And basically, aside from Starship, the European Union rearming itself, intuitive machines, Pope Francis's continuing hospitalization, there's also this uh fighter jet from the Philippine Air Force that sadly uh that sadly um left, or sadly shut down. But wait a minute, I'll be right back. What's really happening? I don't know, but um some for some reason phone in Intrepid HQ has to be used for some reason. The fact that I'm still here is testament to you know, the internet connection is being stable at this point. But the phone for the landline phone is it's a bit janky. I don't know why. Either way, uh I'm back. What was I saying? Yeah, the Philippine Air Force fighter jet that sadly was lost and claimed the lives of its two pilots because the KAI FA-50 is basically the light fighter version of the KAI T-50, which is a lead-in fighter trainer, and there's always two pilots that um in that fighter jet. For some reason, it was involved in some tactical operations or tactical close air support operations, and sadly crashed. Now I don't know what was the reason behind the crash. It's either pilot error, um, mechanical failure of the jet itself. Perhaps it's because of the lack of maintenance. I am not sure if it's lack of maintenance or it was shot down. Either way, two pilots of the Philippine Air Force was lost. One of them was supposed to get married this month to another Philippine Air Force pilot. So yeah, we would deal with that in next week's LW squared, because it really is tragic. And honestly, me having this haircut is coincidental, because every length I make sure that I make my hair short, not only as a sign of penitence but also because it's too hot. So that's that. And I never realized that it would mean something else now, because this is the kind of haircut that uniformed personnel mostly have. So that's yeah, that's tragic, and I hate ending this live stream on a tragic note, but here we are. We have to, because it is indeed sad news. Everyone who is losing their lives, everyone, it's always sad if lives are lost, and yeah, it's yeah, it really is a tragic thing. And I already okay, I still have some coffee here. It's coming up to 12 noon, and I still am still have a little bit of coffee here. So I raise a toast uh to the two pilots of the Philippine Air Force who died, and also to the European Union, because they have they have done this, or they have they have they have made sure that they're now um sealing their fate, or not really sealing their fate, but they're now mastering their fate, or they're now uh making sure that they're the adults in the room now. So uh here's to all of them. Cheers. Man, I'm running out of words for some reason. Anyway, uh a few housekeeping updates. I would just like to appreciate the fact that I already have 250 subscribers. Not that it means anything. I really don't care if I would have 250 subscribers or 250,000. Well, still good if I would have quarter of a million subscribers. But at this point, uh, I would just continue to grind if I'm a YouTuber. So yeah, and I would also like to thank the five people, maybe four, because I am also monitoring the live stream on my end. So yeah, I'm I'm one of those five people watching the watching the live stream, because I need to monitor it. So if in order to see if I really am streaming live. So yeah. Anyway, I would like to thank you all for stopping by for this very short live stream, but it not really short because it's about an hour now. But I guess 15 minutes of it is basically me uh having that intro screen preparing for all of this. So yeah. Anyway, I would like to thank you all for coming out this Friday morning, coming up to Friday noon time. I hope you have a good lunch, and if you're in the Philippine Standard Time time zone, and if you're anywhere else, I would wish you the great day or a great night or a great rest of your day or great rest of your night. Anyway, I have to get out of here because it's almost coming up to an hour in the stream. Maybe 45, 40 uh, of me talking. So I really just had to talk about SpaceX Starship blowing up, as well as the European Union uh, beginning its process of rearming itself. So yeah, with all that said, this is Intrepid Antonyon reminding you to at all times be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Until then, look alive, stay alive, be kind to yourself and to each other. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me in this stream. And I hope that you would have a very good day, a very good weekend. And from here in Intrepid HQ, happy Friday and see you next time. Ian out. Bye.